Ladies and gentlemen, friends, I want to remind you today of a simple truth. Everything you're hoping for, working toward, and praying about, it's already on its way. The key is not to panic, not to rush, not to stress. It's to calm down and trust life's timing. We live in a fast-paced world where everything is instant. Instant coffee, instant downloads, instant answers. But life's most meaningful blessings aren't instant. They take time. And just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it's not going to happen. You might be waiting for a dream to come true, a door to open, a breakthrough to arrive, and maybe it's been a while. Maybe you're wondering, why not now? But I'm here to tell you, delay is not denial. Sometimes the wait is the preparation. Life is aligning the right people, the right moment, the right opportunity just for you. There is a divine rhythm to everything. You're not late, you're not forgotten, you're right where you're supposed to be. The waiting season is not wasted. It's where strength is built. It's where character is formed. It's where your faith grows stronger. So don't give up. Don't get bitter. Don't force things that aren't ready. Keep your peace. Stay faithful. What's meant for you will always find you. You're not falling behind. You're being set up for something greater. You might not see it now, but one day you look back and realize that everything unfolded in the perfect way at the perfect time. So take a deep breath. Trust the process. Rest in the assurance that everything will come to you, not when you want it, but when you're ready to receive it. There is something powerful about trusting in the timing of your life. When you begin to understand that not everything is meant to happen immediately, you'll start to release the pressure that tells you you're behind or missing out. We live in a culture that constantly pushes the idea of urgency. Do more, move faster, make it happen now. But life doesn't work like that. Your journey is unfolding exactly as it should. Just because someone else's breakthrough came before yours doesn't mean yours isn't coming. It just means your timeline is different. And that's okay. You are not on a random schedule. You are on a divine one. There are seasons in life just like there are seasons in nature. You don't plant a seed today and expect a tree tomorrow. You water it, nurture it, and give it time to grow. The same goes for your dreams, your healing, your relationships, and your personal growth. The season you're in right now may be a season of preparation, not promotion. It may be a time for developing your character, strengthening your spirit, or building endurance. And when the timing is right, when you're ready and the conditions are right, what you've planted will start to bloom. The timing isn't just about the event happening. It's about you being prepared to handle it when it does. Too often we become discouraged because we look at our lives and feel like we should be further along. Maybe you thought you'd be married by now. Maybe you expected to be in that dream job, to have started that business, to be holding your breakthrough. And because it hasn't happened yet, doubt creeps in. But I want to remind you, a delay is not a dead end. It's not a no, it's just a not yet. Life is not holding out on you. It's setting things up for your greatest good. It's not about what you see right now. It's about what's being aligned behind the scenes. You see, when we try to rush life's process, we often end up frustrated and weary. We think if we just push hard or force things to happen, hustle nonstop, then maybe we can make things move. But life doesn't respond to panic. It responds to peace. When you trust the timing of life, you don't have to strive and stress. You can rest. That doesn't mean you stop working or dreaming. It means you stop worrying. You live with an inner calm that says, I may not be there yet, but I know I'm on my way, and I trust that everything is unfolding as it should. Sometimes the delay is divine protection. There are opportunities you thought you wanted that didn't come through. At the time, you may have been heartbroken, but looking back, you can see that what you were asking for wasn't right for you. You weren't ready, or the opportunity wasn't what it seemed. Trusting the timing of life also means trusting that what didn't happen wasn't meant to. It means believing that you're being kept from things that would have distracted you, drained you, or derailed your purpose. The no today can be the yes to something far better tomorrow. When you walk in trust, you stop comparing your timing to someone else's. Their blessing is not your burden. Their success doesn't mean your failure. Their timing doesn't diminish yours. We each have a unique path, a personal pace. What's right for them may not be right for you. And if you can hold on to that truth, you'll start to find peace in your process. You'll stop measuring your progress by someone else's timeline and start appreciating the value of where you are. Your timing is sacred, not standard. So keep walking, keep believing, keep showing up for your life, even if the doors haven't opened yet. Trust that every step, every delay, every detour has a purpose. Even when it feels like nothing is moving, something is always happening behind the scenes. The timing may not be what you expected, but it will be exactly what you needed. Life is never late. It shows up right on time when your heart is ready, when the moment is right, and when you've grown into the version of you who can fully receive what's coming. One of the hardest lessons to learn in life is that just because something is delayed doesn't mean it's been denied. So often when things don't happen when we want them to, we assume they're not going to happen at all. We think, maybe it's not meant for me. Maybe I missed my chance. But the truth is, a delay is often part of the design. It's not a punishment, it's preparation. It's not rejection, it's redirection. What looks like a closed door today may actually be a door being strengthened for a bigger entrance tomorrow. Life doesn't always answer you on your schedule. You may pray, plan, and prepare, and yet the thing you're hoping for still doesn't come to pass right away. That's not because you're forgotten. It's because some things need time to align. There are people you haven't met yet, connections that haven't formed, resources that are still on their way. God or life or the universe, however you see it, isn't ignoring your request. It's building the path toward it. A no right now doesn't mean no forever. It often means not yet. I'm working on something better than you imagine. Look back on your life for a moment. Think about the times when something didn't work out the way you planned. When you didn't get the job, the relationship fell apart, the opportunity slipped away. At the time it hurt. You couldn't see the purpose in the pause. But now, with a little distance, you can see how that delay was actually a setup for something greater. That's the gift of perspective. But what if we didn't wait for hindsight? What if right now, in the middle of the waiting, we chose to believe this delay is part of the blessing? It's not a denial, it's a divine reroute. You see, faith isn't just about believing when everything is going well. It's about holding on when there's no visible sign that things are moving. It's easy to trust when doors are flying open. It's much harder to keep trusting when it feels like nothing is happening at all. But that's where real strength is built. That's where your character is forged. In the delay, your patience grows. Your perseverance is tested. Your roots go deeper. And when the moment finally comes, you're not just walking into a blessing, you're walking into it with wisdom, gratitude, and strength. Sometimes the delay isn't even about preparing the blessing, it's about preparing you. You might think you're ready, but life knows what you'll need to carry that dream. Maybe you need more emotional maturity, more clarity, more confidence. Maybe life is growing your faith, teaching you to walk without fear, to stand firm even when nothing makes sense. If you were handed everything too soon, it might overwhelm you. So the delay isn't life being cruel, it's life being kind. It's waiting for the best version of you to meet the best version of your destiny. When you understand that delay is not denial, you can stop living with a sense of desperation. You stop chasing blessings and start attracting them. You stop begging and start preparing. You don't have to knock down every door. You just have to stay faithful until the right one opens. There is power in patience. There is grace in waiting. And when you carry yourself with peace and expectation, even in the delay, you're sending a message. I believe my time is coming, and I don't need to force it. So don't let the delay discourage you. Don't give up just because it hasn't happened yet. Don't settle for less just to fill the silence. Keep showing up. Keep praying, keep preparing, because what is delayed is not denied. You haven't missed your moment. You haven't been overlooked. You are right on time for your destiny. And when the wait is over, you'll see that everything you endured was worth it. Every tear, every disappointment, every unanswered question. The delay didn't stop your blessing. It only strengthened your story. Nobody likes to wait. Waiting can feel like a silent stretch of nothingness, a space where progress seems paused and prayers feel unanswered. But here's the truth. Waiting is not wasted time. It's preparation time. It's in the waiting that the foundation is laid. It's in the quiet moments, the unseen seasons, the unseen places where the real work is being done. Not just around you, but within you. Think about it. Before a building reaches the sky, its foundation must go deep underground. No one sees that part. It doesn't look impressive. There's no ribbon cutting ceremony for the digging, but without it, the building would never stand. And in the same way, the seasons where you feel buried are often the ones where you're being rooted in strength, in faith, in discipline, in character. The waiting season is where you grow the muscles you'll need to carry the weight of what's coming. Some of the greatest growth in your life will happen when it looks like nothing is happening. You're not getting applause. You're not seeing open doors. But behind the scenes, you're being shaped. You're developing the mindset to steward your next level. You're learning to trust, to endure, to stay hopeful when things don't make sense. Preparation happens in private before promotion happens in public. And if you skip the preparation, you won't be able to sustain the blessing once it arrives. It's in the waiting that patience is produced. And patience is not just passive sitting, it's active trusting. It's showing up every day with a good attitude, even when you're not where you want to be yet. It's saying, I'll keep growing, I'll keep learning, I'll keep believing, because I know this season is not for nothing. You're not being punished, you're being equipped. Just like a seed that sits in the dark before it breaks through the soil, you too are being prepared to rise. Often we pray for things that require more of us than we're ready to give right now. You may be asking for the stage, but life is giving you the classroom. You're dreaming of the harvest, but life is handing you the soil. Don't despise the preparation season. Embrace it. This is where champions are made. This is where vision becomes real. This is where your roots go down so your future can rise up. And when the moment comes, you'll be ready. Not just to receive the blessing, but to carry it with grace. The truth is, if you're still waiting, it means there's more being worked out. It's not a failure, it's a favor. Life loves you too much to let you walk into something unprepared. It knows what's on the other side of the door. It knows the battles you'll face and the challenges you'll need strength for. So it uses the waiting season to fortify you. You're not stuck. You're being strengthened. You're not behind. You're being built. Don't rush what needs time to grow. Trust that every moment in the waiting is an investment in who you are becoming. So the next time you feel discouraged in the delay, remind yourself, this is preparation. Something is happening in the silence. Something is being refined in the quiet. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are in the middle of becoming who you need to be for what you've asked for. The waiting is not punishment. It's positioning. And when the time is right, you'll walk into what's meant for you with peace, strength, and purpose because you were faithful in the preparation. There's a difference between faith and force. Faith says, I trust that what's meant for me will come in its time. Force says, if I don't make it happen now, it won't happen at all. But here's the truth. What is truly yours will never need to be forced. It may take effort. It may take patience. But it won't require you to twist yourself into someone you're not or chase after something that clearly isn't flowing. When we force things, we step out of alignment with peace and into the grip of anxiety. Sometimes we push so hard to make something happen, whether it's a relationship, a job, a goal, or a dream, that we end up hurting ourselves in the process. We burn out trying to control every detail. We manipulate situations. We cling to people who aren't meant to stay, and the whole time we convince ourselves that we're just being determined. But real peace doesn't live in pressure. When you're in alignment with divine timing, there's a grace to it. It doesn't mean it's easy, but it feels right. It flows. If you have to beg to be seen, chase to be chosen, or fight constantly just to keep something alive, then maybe, just maybe, it's not for you right now, and that's okay. You're not losing, you're learning to release. You're learning to trust that what flows into your life with peace and clarity is far better than what you have to drag in with stress and confusion. If a door is locked, no matter how hard you push, it might not be your door. Stop trying to kick it open and start looking for the one that swings wide with ease. It's not weakness to walk away from what's not working. It's wisdom. Some things aren't flowing because they're not meant to flow right now. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because the timing isn't right, or the situation isn't right, or your heart still needs healing. When you force things, you might get what you want, but it won't feel like how you imagined it would. And you'll always be afraid of losing it because deep down you'll know you had to fight too hard to make it happen. What you force, you have to sustain. But what's meant for you will sustain itself. There's a calmness that comes when you learn to let things happen naturally. That doesn't mean you don't show up or put in the effort. It means you stop pushing against what keeps pushing back. You learn to cooperate with life rather than compete with it. You stop trying to control every outcome and start trusting that if something is right for you, it won't pass you by. You don't have to be desperate. You don't have to chase. You can trust that life will bring the right opportunities, the right people, and the right timing. You were never meant to live under pressure, to perform or prove your worth. You were meant to live from a place of trust and surrender. So if it feels forced, if it feels frantic, if it's stealing your peace, step back, take a breath, ask yourself, is this flowing from faith or forcing from fear? So many of us try to make things happen out of fear. Fear of missing out, fear of being left behind, fear of not being enough. But fear is a terrible decision maker. Let peace be your guide. Let stillness be your strength. Remember this, what is meant for you will come to you, and it will come without confusion or chaos. That doesn't mean there won't be challenges, but there will be clarity in your spirit. You'll feel the difference. And when it's right, you won't have to chase it. You'll recognize it. So don't wear yourself out trying to force doors open. Rest in the truth that the right ones will open when you're ready. Until then, keep walking in peace. Keep trusting the process. Stop forcing. Start flowing. One of the most freeing truths you can hold on to in life is this: what's meant for you will find you. You don't have to chase it down, compete for it, manipulate it, or beg for it to stay. When something has your name on it, when it's been written into your story, it will show up at the right time, in the right way, and it will fit. It won't feel forced or confusing. It won't come with anxiety or constant struggle. It will find you, even if it takes time, even if it looks impossible. We often live with this underlying fear that we'll miss out on what we're meant for. That if we make one wrong turn, if we mess up once, if we're not fast enough, smart enough, loud enough, we'll miss the opportunity, the person, the moment. But that's not how divine alignment works. You can't miss what was made for you, what's meant for your heart, your life, your purpose. No one else can take that from you. What's truly yours is protected by grace, not determined by performance. You might see others getting ahead, stepping into relationships, jobs, or seasons you've been dreaming of, and it's easy to feel like life is passing you by. But let me remind you, someone else's arrival is not your loss. Their timing doesn't cancel yours. Their breakthrough doesn't mean you're behind. We each have a unique calling, and just because yours hasn't shown up yet doesn't mean it won't. Life doesn't operate on a scarcity model. There's more than enough room for all of us to rise. What's meant for you is tailored to you. No one can take your place in it. Sometimes what's meant for you doesn't look the way you expected. It might come through a detour. It might come through a loss, a closed door, or a season that didn't go according to plan. But don't be so focused on how you thought it would happen that you miss how it is happening. Just because it doesn't arrive in the package you pictured doesn't mean it isn't the blessing you asked for. Sometimes the most beautiful answers show up in the most unexpected forms. And yes, there will be times when people walk away. Opportunities fall through, things that felt perfect unraveled. But that doesn't mean you've lost your destiny. It means what you thought was meant for you was only meant to teach you, shape you, or prepare you. Not everything that comes into your life is supposed to stay, but everything that leaves is clearing space for what's better. What's truly yours won't leave you confused, begging, or broken. It will meet you where you are, and it will feel like peace. This truth doesn't mean we sit back and do nothing. It doesn't mean we stop trying, dreaming, or showing up. But it does mean we release the need to control the outcome. We stop running ourselves ragged, trying to hold on to what's not meant for us or chase what hasn't arrived. We live with trust. We live with open hands. We do what we can, and we trust that life is doing what we can't. We let go of the panic and lean into peace because we know that what belongs to us will never miss us. So don't let fear or comparison make you anxious. Don't let a delay make you think you're denied. You're not being overlooked, you're being aligned. What's meant for you is already in motion, already making its way to you. Keep your heart open. Keep your spirit expectant. Stay grounded in the truth that you don't have to chase what's already yours. It's coming. It knows where to find you. And when the timing is right, it'll show up. And you'll know exactly why you had to wait. There's a reason why things don't always happen all at once. There's a reason why your story unfolds step by step, season by season. Life works in layers, not leaps. And if you're going to walk in peace, you've got to learn to trust the process, even when it feels slow, even when you don't understand it. Because sometimes the most important things aren't happening to you, they're happening in you. The breakthrough starts long before you ever see the results. It starts in your mindset, your habits, your healing, your faith. That's the process. And it's beautiful, even when it's hidden. We live in a world that loves fast results. We want overnight success, instant clarity, and quick fixes. But real transformation, the kind that lasts, doesn't happen like that. It's built over time. It's shaped in the waiting, the stretching, the trusting. You don't get to skip the process. And you don't want to. Because the process is where your roots grow. It's where your character is refined. It's where you gain the strength to hold the blessing when it comes. The process doesn't delay your destiny, it protects it. There will be days when it feels like nothing is working. Days when the doors stay closed, when the prayers seem unanswered, when progress feels painfully slow. But that's where trust becomes real. That's when you have to remind yourself, just because I can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. Trust is choosing to believe there's a purpose even in the silence. It's knowing that even in the moments that feel like setbacks, you're still being moved forward in ways you can't yet see. When you trust the process, you stop trying to rush your way into results. You stop comparing your timeline to someone else's. You stop criticizing yourself for not being there yet, and instead you start embracing where you are. You start giving yourself grace for the journey. You celebrate the small wins. You honor the lessons. You realize that this version of you, the one in the middle still becoming, is just as worthy as the version of you who arrives. The becoming is the blessing. And even when you don't understand why it's taking so long, trust that there's a reason. Sometimes delays are protection. Sometimes things take time because something greater is being aligned. Sometimes the waiting is actually saving you from walking into something before you're ready. Life is not working against you, it's working with you and for you. And what seems like a setback now might be the very thing that's setting you up for something beyond what you can imagine. Trust the process, even when it feels messy. The process will require you to let go of control. It will ask you to surrender your need to have all the answers. It will stretch your patience and challenge your expectations. But if you lean into it, if you stay faithful, stay open, stay grounded, you'll come out stronger, wiser, kinder, clearer. Because the process doesn't just prepare you for the promise, it prepares you to thrive in it. And when that moment comes, you'll look back and say, now I see why it took time. Now I see what life was building in me. So today, take a deep breath. You don't have to figure it all out right now. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the next step. Trust that every delay, every detour, every disappointment is shaping you for something meaningful. This is not wasted time. This is holy ground. This is the process. And when you choose to trust it, you stop surviving and start growing. You start seeing not just what's missing, but what's being made ready for you. Keep going. Something beautiful is unfolding. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Just because the door hasn't opened doesn't mean it won't swing wide when the time is right. Delay is not the same as denial. Life has its own divine timing, and sometimes that timing doesn't line up with our plans. That can be frustrating, even discouraging. But if you can hold on to faith through the delays, you'll find out they weren't rejections, they were redirections. They were a pause, not a period. It's easy to think that if something takes too long, it must not be meant to be. That the delay means you did something wrong or you missed your moment, but that's just not the truth. Life doesn't operate on our deadlines. It operates on design. And sometimes the blessing is delayed because more needs to be aligned. You're not being punished, you're being positioned. Just because you don't see movement on the surface doesn't mean the roots aren't growing deep underneath. Look back at your life. How many times did things not happen when you wanted them to? But when they finally did, it made sense. The job that didn't come until you were truly ready. The relationship that appeared after you healed. The opportunity that showed up when your heart was in the right place to handle it. That wasn't coincidence. That was divine orchestration. Delays are often how life protects us from receiving the right thing at the wrong time. When you're in the middle of the wait, though, it's hard to see that. It feels like silence, like being forgotten. But you're not forgotten. You're being refined. There are things being worked out behind the scenes. People are being moved. Resources are being prepared. And your character is being shaped in the waiting. Sometimes the delay is preparing you for the weight of the promise. So when it does arrive, you can hold it, handle it, and honor it. It's not always easy to trust that, especially when you've been waiting for a long time. But don't let the delay steal your hope. Don't let it make you give up on what you know deep down is meant for you. What's coming has not been canceled. It's simply being cultivated. The longer it takes, the more you can trust that something fuller, deeper, and more meaningful is being formed. And when it finally comes, it won't feel late, it'll feel right on time. Sometimes we get impatient and try to make things happen ourselves. We settle for what's available instead of waiting for what's divinely appointed, but settling doesn't satisfy. Forced things don't fulfill. They may fill the space for a moment, but they'll leave you hungry again. Trust that the wait is not empty. Trust that delay has purpose. You're not behind, you're on your way. And what's for you isn't going anywhere. So hold your head high. Walk with faith, not frustration. You don't need to see the whole picture right now. Just know that life's timing is always rooted in love, not lack. If something is delayed, it's only because something better is being developed. Delay is not denial. It's a divine pause with a powerful purpose. Don't give up now. You're closer than you think. You don't have to live in constant tension to be on the right path. You don't have to hustle your way into every blessing. There's something powerful about peace, and it's not just a feeling, it's a signal. Peace is a sign that you're in alignment with the right timing, the right direction, and the right purpose. When you're forcing something that's not meant for you, whether it's a relationship, a job, or even a goal, there's usually stress, confusion, and resistance. But when you're aligned, there's a calm in your spirit. Peace isn't passive, it's confirmation. We've been conditioned to believe that if something's worthwhile, it must be a constant struggle. That if it's easy or peaceful, we must be doing something wrong. But that's not truth. That's trauma talking. Peace doesn't mean it's perfect, but it does mean it's right. When your steps are in sync with the timing and flow of life, your soul knows. You're no longer striving to prove, to chase, or to manipulate outcomes. Instead, you're flowing, you're trusting, you're anchored. That inner peace is what helps you navigate uncertainty. It's what allows you to stay grounded even when life is shifting around you. You might not know what's next, but you know you're okay. You're not shaken. And that's not because you have all the answers. It's because you've learned to rest in the process. You've learned that peace isn't the absence of challenge. It's the presence of trust. It's knowing that even when it's unclear, it's still unfolding in your favor. When you're aligned, you stop needing to be everywhere at once. You stop feeling behind. You stop comparing your journey to someone else's. Why? Because peace teaches you that where you are is exactly where you're supposed to be. You stop rushing and start resting, not in laziness, but in confidence, in assurance, in quiet strength. Peace doesn't make you passive. It makes you powerful. It gives you the clarity to know when to move and when to be still. That's why protecting your peace is so important. Not everyone and not everything deserves access to your energy. You've got to be mindful of what you let into your space, what you listen to, who you surround yourself with, what you dwell on, because peace isn't found in chaos. It's found in intentional living. Sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is walk away from what disturbs your peace. Not because you're quitting, but because you're choosing to protect what's sacred. When peace shows up in your heart, take notice. That's alignment. That's life whispering, yes, this is it. It might not look like what you planned. It might not be the timeline you expected, but it feels right. It feels settled. Even if it's new or uncertain, there's a stillness in your soul that says, I'm okay here. I don't have to force anything. That's the sign. That's the green light. Peace is the fruit of trust. And where there's trust, there's flow. So if you're in a season of uncertainty, don't chase clarity, chase peace. Let peace lead you. Let it be your compass. If you feel anxious, take a step back. If you feel grounded, move forward. Life won't always shout the answers, but it will always speak through peace. And when you're walking in alignment, that peace will go with you, quietly, steadily, faithfully. It's your signal that you're exactly where you need to be. So wherever you are right now in your journey, waiting, growing, healing, searching, I want you to take a deep breath and release the pressure. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are on time for your life. You are right where you need to be for what is still unfolding. Life may not always move at your pace, but it always moves with purpose. The waiting seasons, the detours, the delays, they are not wasted. They are part of the preparation. Trust that what's meant for you will find you. Not because you earned it perfectly, but because it was already yours. Don't be discouraged if the path has felt long or uncertain. You haven't missed anything. You haven't fallen off track. The doors meant for you will open when they're supposed to. The people meant for you will arrive at the perfect time. The opportunities meant for you will align with peace, not pressure. Let go of the need to control everything. Let go of the fear that it's too late. Let go of the timeline you thought you had to follow. And instead, lean into the deeper rhythm, the rhythm of grace, of growth, of divine timing. When it's right, it won't be forced. When it's meant, it won't feel chaotic. When it's time, you'll know. So calm down, breathe, keep showing up, keep being faithful, keep moving forward. Everything you need is already in motion. Trust that the process is leading you somewhere meaningful. Trust that peace is your confirmation. Trust that everything will come to you, not all at once, but always on time. And until it does, live fully, love deeply, wait patiently. And never forget you are in the right place at the right time for the right purpose.